Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Good Garvey Day to my continental African family, my Ghanaian Africans, my South Africans, my Basutu Africans, my Malawian Africans, my Mozambique Africans, my Cote d'Ivoire Africans, my Sierra Leone Africans, my Congolese Africans, my Ethiopian, Eritrean, my Nubian Africans, my Somali, my Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Benin, my Cameroonian Africans, my Burkina Faso, my Mali, my Niger Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my European Africans, my British Africans, my French Africans, my Irish, my German, my Italian Africans, my Belgium Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Toronto, Canada, I will see you, God willing, October 4th, October 5th, and October 6th. If you live in Canada, the Prince of Pan-Africanism is back in Canada for the first time in 12 years. The first time in 12 years. There's a meet and greet on the 4th. There's a meet and greet on the 5th. And there's a power lecture at the Jamaican Canadian Association on Sunday the 6th. Toronto, Canada, Jamaica Canadian Association, JCA, Sunday, October the 6th. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Central American Africans, my Panama, my Costa Rica, Belize, Honduras Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my South American Africans, Brazil, Suriname, Guyanese Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Jamaican, my Haitian, my Bermudian, my Turks and Caicos, Bahamian, St. Croix, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Martin Africans, my Guadeloupean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Barbadians Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Sydney, Australia Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Melbourne, Australia Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my South Pacific Africans. My Africans in North Asia. My Africans in South Asia. My Africans in East Asia. My Africans in West Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my indigenous Africans in the Middle East. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Jersey Africans, New York Africans, Connecticut Africans. Texas, I will see you October 12th. Dallas, Texas, October 12th. Dallas, Texas, October 12th. HBCU Edward Waters University this Thursday, September the 26th, completely sold out. HBCU Edward Waters University, Jacksonville, Florida, Thursday, September the 26th. Tickets are completely sold out. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Texas and Georgia Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my California, Seattle, Portland, North Dakota, South Dakota, Salt Lake. My Salt Lake City Africans, I might be coming to see you. My Salt Lake City Africans, I might be coming to see you soon. My Wyoming Africans, peace and Pan-Africanism to my Wyoming Africans. Brothers and sisters, first of all, peace and Pan-Africanism to my African-centered Christians. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my African-centered Christians. Today is Sunday, the worship day of our Christians. Many of my Pan-Africanist forefathers were Christians. I don't have an issue with Christianity. I have an issue with how Christianity has and is being used against African people. If you're going to church this morning, I pray you a safe journey and a safe return home. Make sure you say a prayer for Dr. Umar. Say a prayer for African redemption. I just hope that your Jesus does not look like your persecutor. I just hope that the image of your Lord is not the image of our enslaver. I just hope that the image of your Lord is not the image of the colonizer. That's all I hope. But happy Sunday to my Christian African brothers and sisters. Happy Sabbath yesterday to my Hebrew African brothers and sisters. Peace and love to my Muslim African brothers and sisters around the world. Okay? Djibouti, I'm ready to come to Djibouti. Where's my invitation? I'm ready for the Congo. Where's my invitation? I'm ready for Mozambique and Angola. Where's my invitation? I'm ready to come back to Curacao. I'm ready to come back to Jamaica. I might be in Jamaica next. I might be in Jamaica next month for the Paul Bogle celebration. Morant Bay. Where my Morant Bay Jamaicans at? Where my Morant Bay Jamaicans? I might be in Jamaica for the Paul Bogle celebration. October the 24th. The Paul Bogle celebration in Jamaica, Morant Bay. Somebody tell President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso that Dr. Umar is ready to visit Burkina Faso. I need to talk to Ibrahim Traoré. Somebody give him my number. We need some land in Burkina Faso so we can build a community for Africans in the diaspora in the Sahel states. Somebody get the general of Mali, get the colonel of Niger on the phone. We need land in Burkina Faso. We need land in Mali. We need land in Niger so we can come and build a diasporan community in Burkina Faso, in Niger, and in Mali. We are ready. Where are all of my American Africans who are ready to repatriate? Where are all my Canadian Africans who are ready to repatriate? Where are all my Central American Africans who are ready to repatriate? Where are my South American Africans who are ready to repatriate? Where are my European Africans who are ready to repatriate? Brothers and sisters, there's a couple of trends that are being enacted against African people globally that I wanted to speak to briefly. There are a couple of trends that are being enacted against African people globally that I want you all to be aware of. There's already a global abortion trend. We know that. There's a global abortion trend. We know that. There's a global rainbow agenda against African people. We know that. We know about the abortion agenda against African women globally. We know about the rainbow agenda against African children that was started by President Barack Insane Obama. So we got a rainbow trend. We got an abortion trend. And then the next trend that we're seeing, there is an agricultural sabotage trend. Bill Gates and company, the global agricultural elites, they want to colonize and monopolize all organic seed and crop. They want to make sure black people cannot eat real food. I want y'all to listen to me. I want y'all to listen to me. CEO Bill Gates, colonizer, enslaver, oppressor. CEO Bill Gates, colonizer, enslaver, and oppressor. Bill Gates and company. They want to eliminate the ability of African people around the world to grow and consume real food. Brothers and sisters, you have to do all you can to get your hands on some real seed. You have to do all you can to get your hands on some real seed. They are in Africa right now. My Africans, my continental Africans, listen up. They are in Africa right now, and they are trying to force the African Union in all African countries to stop their farmers from trading seed with each other. They are trying to stop farmers, African indigenous farmers. They're trying to stop them from using their own seed. And they're trying to get the countries in Africa to force the farmers in Africa to only buy seed from Bill Gates and the Caucasian parasite elites. Did y'all hear what I just said? Did y'all hear what I just said? We don't want your farmers using organic seed anymore. Stop them from using organic seed. Make them buy their GMO from us. Make them buy GMO seed from the global white parasites. Brothers and sisters, they are trying to eliminate forever organic farming in Africa that has went on for millennia. They are trying to destroy forever organic farming in Africa that has went on for millennia. Hook and Reel, this was a seafood restaurant I ate at in New Jersey 2 visits ago to the Source of Knowledge, not this last visit. Shout out to everyone who came out to the Source of Knowledge bookstore. My apologies to my Newark, New Jersey family. I did not text message you all about my last visit. I apologize. I forgot to text message everyone in my contacts. As a result of that, some of you didn't know that I was at the Source of Knowledge last Sunday. I apologize for that. I will be coming back to the Source of Knowledge for a Black Parent Boot Camp, and I will keep you guys posted on that. Now, I'm talking about the elimination of organic farming for African people around the world, and y'all want to talk about Sean Puffy Combs. I want you to see how low vibrational African people are in this day. We're talking about the possibility of the global white agricultural elite eliminating black people's access to real food. We're talking about a very real problem, African survival, that Bill Gates and the parasitic European agricultural elite trying to eliminate the ability of African people around the world to grow real food, access real food, consume real food. And y'all want to talk about Sean Puffy Combs. Let me say this to you low vibrational Africans, you demons in flesh. Let me say something to you low vibrational demon in flesh Africans. Do you know why they gave you Sean Puffy Combs at this time? Do you know why did they do this right now? We know why they did it. They did it so he couldn't help Kamala Harris. They did it because he was suing parent company to his liquor product. They did it because he was working on some initiatives that would have undermined some of the corporate elites in America. They did it because he started a black political party. We know why they did it. But you don't know why they did it at this time. I'm talking about the timing, not just the agenda, the timing. You know why they gave black people Puff Daddy during election season? You know why they gave black people Puff Daddy during election season? The reason they gave you Puff Daddy during election season, the reason they decided to serve up Sean Puffy Combs a few weeks before the election is they want to distract you from the laws that they are passing. They want to distract you from the policies that they are enacting. They want to distract you from the initiatives that they are implementing. This is a distraction. And because they know black people love to see black people disgraced, humiliated, and destroyed. They know black people love to see black people disgraced, humiliated, and destroyed. They said, throw them one of their own. Let's lynch another Negro today to send all the black people over here while we take care of business over here. This is a grand distraction. They always do this when they're planning something really, really big that they don't want black people to pay attention to. They always do this when they're planning something really, really big that they don't want American Negroes or Africans around the world to pay attention to. And we fall for the bait every time. There's nothing wrong with a conversation on Sean Puffy Combs. But when you scroll through black Twitter and you scroll through black Instagram and you scroll through black Facebook and you scroll through black TikTok and all you see is gossip and conversation about one man at a time like this, then you know you are engaged in a grand distraction. Sean Combs is a distraction. And anytime you see something like this, you should ask yourself, what are they trying to distract African people away from? One of the things they want to distract you away from, they want to distract you away from the fact that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have no agenda for African people. One of the things they want to distract you away from. See, before they gave you Sean Puffy Combs on a silver platter, before they broke the news on Sean Combs, we were asking Kamala, what are you going to do for us? Before they broke the news on Sean Combs, we were asking Donald Trump, what are you going to do for us? Before they broke the news on Sean Combs, some of you were saying black people need to consider Jill Stein. Some of you were saying black people need to consider Cornel West. Some of you were saying black people need to consider their own political party. But after they broke the news on Sean Combs, Kamala Harris was no longer the most important conversation in the community. Donald Trump was no longer the most important conversation in the community. The Green Party and the People's Party were no longer the focus of attention. Black people were tuned into what are these candidates going to do for us? And then all of a sudden, they said black people are having too much political talk. This Dr. Umar Tunde got teenagers talking about a black presidential agenda. This Dr. Umar Tunde got these Gen X's and Gen Z's and millennials focused on politics. We got to dumb these Negroes down. This Tunde movement is a bit much. What can we do to take black America's attention off of this damn election? They are asking too many questions that we don't have any answers to. So what can we do to negrify black consciousness until November the 4th? What can we do to negrify? What can we do to negrify black consciousness until the election? They looked at their calendar. They said, listen, we gave Kamala Harris an interview in Philadelphia with the National Association of Black Journalists, who didn't really ask her much of anything. We don't plan on giving Kamala Harris no more interviews. We might give her Roland Martin, because he's been a very loyal Democratic Party plantation slave. We might throw Roland Martin a plantation bone. But we don't plan on having Kamala answer too many more questions about black agenda. We don't plan on having Donald Trump answer too many more questions about the black agenda. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got exactly 6 weeks until election. What can we do to get black people talking about something else? How can we distract these Negroes? We know that they're emotional. What do we know about black people? We know that they are emotional. We know that they are very politically uneducated. They're very emotional. They're very politically uneducated. And they love to see their most popular people destroyed and humiliated in the public eye. So what can we do? And they said, give them Puff Daddy. Give them Puff Daddy. 2 birds with 1 stone. If we give black people Puff Daddy, if we give them Sean Combs, we stop him from supporting Kamala. We stop him from suing the liquor company. We stop him from all these all-black investments. We stop him from the black political party. We destroy his finances so he can't support no black folks. And most of all, we get black people talking about something else than the presidential race. Look what they did to us. When did they first drop the news on Diddy? Can somebody give me a date? Can somebody give me a date? When did they first drop the news on Diddy? Can somebody give me, when did we first hear, when was Diddy arrested? Let me see. Sean Combs arrested. What date did they arrest Combs? Let's see. Let me see. When was Sean Puffy Combs arrested? September the 16th. He was arrested September the 16th. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks from election. Sean Combs was arrested September the 16th. Exactly 7 weeks from election. Why did they do it now? To stop the black political movement for justice. That's why they arrested Puffy. It has only been, tomorrow will be 7 days. Tomorrow, Puffy would have been arrested for 1 week tomorrow. Puffy would have been arrested for 1 week tomorrow. Sean Puffy Combs, the diddler, would have been arrested. It ain't been a full week yet. It hasn't been a full week, and you emotionally immature Negropeans. It hasn't been a full week yet, and you emotionally immature Negropeans have taken your attention completely off of election 2024. You have taken your attention completely off of the black agenda from 2024, and you have put it on Puff. You have been outsmarted, you have been outmaneuvered, and you have been out-strategized by the white power structure once again. Hugh Hefner had a living freak-off. Hugh Hefner had a living freak-off at the Playboy Mansion. Puff Daddy had intermittent freak-offs. Hugh Hefner had a living freak-off, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nobody said a word. This is nothing but a distraction from the election. This is nothing but a distraction from Kamala Harris's procrastination. Now let me get back to the crops. I'm going to put together a all-black organic farming conference in America. And we need to do the same thing in Africa. We need to do the same thing in the Caribbean. We need to do the same thing in Central and South America. We need to do the same thing in Canada. We need to do the same thing in Australia. We need to do the same thing in Europe. We need an organic black farming conference to figure out how we are going to save and protect organic seed for our children's children. This is why Bill Gates has bought up all the farmland. This is why Bill Gates has bought all the farmland. This is why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland. He wants to eliminate organic food. He wants to eliminate real food, and he wants to give you artificial food. Artificial food to do what? Kill off African people. We are in the age of African genocide. Global African genocide. African people been on this planet for 2 million years. African people been on this planet for 2 million years. Modern African been on this planet for hundreds of thousands of years. No vaccinations. No vaccinations for hundreds of thousands of years. No vaccinations. And then all of a sudden, the white man takes over the world. And after the white man takes over the world, African people, who are the organic people, we are the only organic people. God made black people, the only race that God made from scratch. The only race that God made from the soil. The only race that God made from the black mud is African. We are the organic people of this planet. Everybody else is a hybrid of the African. No disrespect. No disrespect. Africans are the organic humans, which means we are the only original humans. Everyone else is a hybrid of the African. So for my snow bunny hoppers and my snow puppy lovers, so for my snow bunny hoppers and my snow puppy lovers, why would an organic African want to procreate with a hybrid? Why would an organic African want to procreate with a hybrid? Why would an organic African want to procreate with a hybrid? But I digress. I digress. Organic people can only eat organic food. Are you listening to me, African people? Organic people can only eat organic food. Organic people should only consume organic crop. Organic people should only consume organic flesh. If you have to eat animal meat, and yes, I don't want to be a hypocrite, I shall have Philly cheesesteak. I shall have Philly cheesesteak, but it needs to be organically fed beef, organically fed chicken, organically fed fish, organically fed turkey. We have to go back to organic food because we are an organic people. Homicide is group unalivings. Personal unaliving, group unaliving, a lot of that is because the food we eat contains spiritual toxins, not just neurotoxin, not just chemotoxin, not just biotoxin. The food you're eating contains spiritual toxins that are disrupting your connection with divine source. African people must always be in connection with divine source. When we lose connection with divine source, do you understand, overstand, and understand? Organic people must eat organic food. Do you understand, overstand, and understand? We must be in continuous connection with source. The food you eat must alkalinize, if that is a word. The food you eat must alkalinize your body so you remain in alignment with source. Black women, I know you don't want to hear me say this. Black women, my beautiful African sisters, I love you so much. my continental African queens, my European Africans, my African women in Asia, my Canadian African sisters, I can't wait to see you week after next. My HBCU Jacksonville, Edward Waters University African queens, I will see you on Thursday. I love my African sisters. But y'all are in denial about the fact that y'all are suffocating your crown. This is your crown. This is where God connects to your central nervous system. This is your crown. Black women are frying their crown, bleaching their crown, putting perms and weaves on your crown. Black women, you cannot claim to be spiritual as an African woman. You cannot claim to be spiritual as an African woman. Stop worrying about where's my wife and worry about this wisdom right now. Stop worrying about where's my wife and worry about this wisdom right now. Stop worrying about where's my wife and worry about this wisdom right now. See, the problem with a lot of you low vibrational souls, because you don't want to be accountable to the doctrine of Ifa Tunde. You don't want to be accountable to the message of Ifa Tunde. So what you do is you try to distract from my ministry by trying to poke holes in my personality. You try to distract from my ministry by trying to poke holes in my personality. You try to distract from my ministry by trying to poke holes in the personality. Stop worrying about my wife. I may never have one. Does that mean I'm not on a divine mission? Shaka Zulu never married. King Shaka never married, but he kept South Africa from being invaded for at least 50 years. Dr. Carter G. Woodson never married. Don't get me wrong, I want to be married. But Dr. Carter G. Woodson never married, but he gave you black history. Focus on the message and not the man. You can crucify me all day. I could care less. You don't matter. My work is to African people, but it is for the Almighty. My work is to African people, but it is in service to the Almighty. My work is for African people, but it is in service to the Almighty. What did the Black Christ say in the Bible? The Black Christ said, I am sent unto the house of Israel. Dr. Umar is sent into the house of Africa. I am not here to save the East Indian, but I wish them the best. I'm not here to save the Anglo-Saxon, but I wish them the best. I am not here to save the non-African Latino, but I wish them the best. I'm not here to save the Asian or the Arab or the Chinese. I'm not here to save them. I wish them all the best, but I was sent to the house of Africa. I am sent to save the lost children of Africa. That is my mission. That is my mission. And so what you think of me is irrelevant. Yes, I am aware that there are Neanderthals on YouTube. Neanderthal struggle streamers are now starting to give commentary on the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Caucasian YouTubian struggle streamers are now starting to include me in their content. And some Negropean YouTubian struggle streamers are now linking up with the Caucasian struggle streamers to try to stop the mission and the ministry and the movement of Ifa Tunde. And all I can say to them is, good luck with that, because you are messing with a chosen one. You are messing with a chosen one. So if the YouTubian struggle streamers want to link up against the Prince, so be it. Give me your best. Because when you go to war with me, I got a legion of ancestors all around me. This is why you haven't taken me down yet. You should have already known this. 14 years. 14 years and still the most relevant. 14 years and still the most powerful. 14 years and still the most requested. 14 years. You should know by now. There's divine calling over Dr. Umar Ifatunde. You should know this by now. I've had people around me try to take me down. I've had frenemies try to take me down. I've had ex-lovers try to take me down. I've had baby mamas try to take me down. I've had relatives try to take me down. Black bourgeoisies who have tried to take me down. You should know by now that there's something special about him. You should know by now. What did Black Christ? Have you not seen? Have you not heard? Have you not understood that a descendant of the people who suffered the worst Holocaust in human history might just be the person God chose to save the African race? I'm just giving it to you straight. Is it possible that a descendant of the peoples of Africa who suffered the worst human Holocaust in recorded history might be the one chosen to save the African race?